Hi again. Today I'm at Offord and I decided to try something very different for me anyway. I decided to do some roach fishing, and I'm fishing what's called the top stream, which is a channel which runs sort of from the loch into the main river. It runs on one side of an island, and on the other side is the main boat channel. So this top stream doesn't actually get any boats, not that that would be a problem at this time of the year. Anyway, I know it contains roach and perch, and I decided to forsake the chub for a day, and I actually stopped off at the tackle shop and bought some maggots, which is very unusual for me. However, when I got here, it runs east to west, and there's a strong westerly today, and the spot I was thinking of fishing actually it's more like the North Sea than a river. So I've moved down a bit to a calmer spot, but it's a bit wider than where I was going to fish, and I'm not sure, the wind's still here, and I'm not sure I'd be able to control the flow. So I'm starting off with my feeder rod, my light feeder rod, the Shimano feeder rod, to see how I get on with that, and I may get the float out. I've got the float rod as well, I may get that out if the feeder doesn't do anything, but that's where we are at the moment. So I'm all set up, ready to go, and we get going, shall we? Okay. Right, I'm ready to kick off. Stopped off at the tackle shop to get some maggots, and I also bought some hooks to nylon, 2 pound or 2.5 pound line, so we're really light today. So, as I say, I had intended to float fish, and I may well get the float rod out. It's quite calm here, but the wind's still in the air, if I can put it that way. It may not be cutting up the surface. Still got the trains. Yeah, it may not be cutting up the surface, but it's still in the air. So, but I may get the float out. If I don't do any good with this, I'll certainly get the float out. Alright, okay. As I say, a very rare occurrence for me to use maggots, but I've been very unsuccessful chasing the chub recently, so I thought let's try and chase something a bit smaller. The bailiff just came along and he said, "You wait, you'll get a chub now," which will be fun, but I don't think so. Anyway, apparently quite a few perch in here, and probably need to move over a bit and get the feeder more at an angle to the cast. I'll come back to you when I've sorted myself out. Right, I've finally sorted myself out, but not after a bit of drama. My little seat block there that I used to raise the seat fell in the river. Fortunately, within reach of the landing net. Yeah, and then I've been trying to position myself to get this rod in a good position, but it's left me in what is a bit of a precarious position on the edge here. So yeah, we'll see how we go, and yeah, it's all interesting stuff, isn't it? Right. That's it, right in the den. Oh.
Hey. Looks fishy.
Fishy, fishy. Oh. Must be a perch, because it's not very big, but it's fighting well. Yeah.
It's a little perchy.
Yeah, I won't swing him.
Yeah, well.
Oh well, at least it's something, isn't it? Yeah, these perches they're taking it right down. I think I'll have to strike on the first on the first indication, because otherwise they're gobbling it. Anyway, at least we have a fish. We have a fish, a little perchy. Right, in you go. After so many blanks lately, it's quite refreshing really to catch something. Right. I'll just hold the rod rather than messing about with the rod rest. Yeah, another one. Oh, this one feels quite nice as well. You've got to give it to perch, they really are battling little fish, aren't they? They don't give in easily. The trouble with sitting here is I can't put my net on my left hand side, so I have to cross it over every time. Ah, now that was hooked a lot better. Hey, careful here. Yeah, I need to strike a bit earlier, not wait for the big pull, because the big pull is when they've swallowed the thing. Okay mate, okay. Back you go. I don't know your luck, there might be some big ones down there. Nibbling at that. I don't want to wait too long for the bite, because these perch are taking it right down, so I'd rather miss them than end up with the bait right in the right down their throat. Yep, there we go. No doubt another fighting little perch. Yeah. Certainly plenty of them in here. Hold on. Not too far. Not too far. There we go. Yeah, beautiful little fish, aren't they? Absolutely beautiful. I don't actually think I'm anywhere. I'm not in the area that I've baited. It slipped out of the area. Try and go over a bit further without losing everything. Yeah, that's where they are, right over near that far bank. They call them the schoolboy fish, and I understand why, because they're really quite good fun, aren't they? I'm not swinging these because I've got quite a light hook length on, and I don't think it does them any good swinging them, to be honest, especially perch, as they tend to take it down a bit. You're not getting any bigger, are you, perch? Yeah, that's hooking it much better now. It's nowhere near as far down as it was. Although they still... That's in an awkward place, that one was. There you go. Well, after quite a few blanks recently, although they're only small perch, there's always, I suppose, a chance of a bigger one. I need to allow for the wind here when I fire these maggots out. I have to compensate. Right. Yeah. I must admit, this is a bit precarious here. But needs must. Trick seems to be to get it right over the other side there. I think there's a slightly shallower shelf there, and certainly with all those branches, let's put a decent maggot on. Still feeding hemp in the sort of hope that some roach may turn up, but seems to be a bit of a perch hole at the moment. As I've probably mentioned before, I carry very little tackle with me. But I felt sure I had a maggot feeder in my bag somewhere. I've certainly got one at home, but I didn't have it in the bag today, which is a bit unfortunate. I was going to put the maggot feeder on, which might have helped, but what I have done instead is I've put a heavier ledger weight on, a cube type ledger weight, which is holding the ground better, or the bottom better. I just had a tap on there. So I'm able to keep it over on that far bank there, whereas with the 2 swan shot that I had on before, it was, I think, tending to sort of slip down into the mid-channel. Anyway, that's the theory. I just had a tap on the rod, but nothing. Yeah, it's just given me a bit more control. The line kept going slack, and I think what was happening was the 2 swan shot link leisure was just sliding down. I don't know if there's a shelf over there or what, but this wind's getting worse. But with this one I can get it right over on the far bank. It's just making a bit more of a splash, unfortunately. The link ledge is a lot more delicate. I'm able to tighten up on it a lot easier as well. The other one, as I was tightening up, I think I was shifting it. But only time will tell. Yeah, something's having to go. Well, that's interesting. I didn't really see a bite on the rod top, but when I reeled in I had a roach on, so obviously the hemp I've been feeding out there might be doing some good. This roach has taken it down a bit, but I didn't really get any indication, which is a bit weird, really. But there are roach in here. Well, we know there are roach in here. But the fact of the matter is I've just caught one, which is good news. Not big, but good enough. Well, I've hooked something that feels a bit better. I think it might be a bream. 13 point, oh, I don't know. Yeah, it is a bream, isn't it? Actually, yeah. It certainly felt heavier. I'm not sure if it's foul hooked actually. No, I think it's just got the line twisted around its body. Well, it certainly feels a lot heavier than the roach and the perch. Yeah, that makes a bit of a change, doesn't it? I was talking to the bailiff earlier and he said there were smaller bream in here. Oh yeah, he's all caught up in the line. Where are we? Alright, let's just follow the line. There. No, he is hooked properly. He just got himself all tangled up. Well, a long time since I've caught a bream. I don't tend to fish in a way that I'm likely to get bream most of the time. Bit of variety. Yeah, not too bad. There we go. He's alright. Off he goes. Gave a much more positive pull than the perch and the roach. Perch seemed to have vanished. But that's something. That's probably a perch, it was so quick. It's probably because I just fed all out of those maggots in. Got them interested. Yeah. Another stripey. Oh, there you go. I'm not complaining though, it's nice to catch fish. Alright, where's the line gone? There we are. What's happened here? It's the weight keeping it on me. Oh dear, this is a puzzle. Alright, here we go. He was hooked nice and cleanly. Just in the lip. That's lovely. Yeah, okay. Okay. Yeah. Well. Success. There's a lot of guys walking around after pike today, but I haven't actually seen any action. It's a bit like me after chub, I suppose. Didn't get much action either. Well, this one's a little bit bigger, so things are looking up. Very tentative bite though, but there again I've hooked it just in the lip, so for a perch that's quite good going because they do tend to take things down a bit. Yeah, beautiful fish, aren't they? They really are pretty, but quite mean when they're in the water. Yeah, so a bit of action. I'm using my Shimano Aero X1 finesse feeder, as they call it, 9 foot today, matched up with a Shimano X-Arge 1000 5-pound line. And on the way here, because I don't do much fishing like this, I actually bought myself some, I think they're Drennan hook lengths. I think it's £2, £2.5 to, I think it's an 18 or 16. I bought 18s and 16s, I'm not sure which one I put on in the end. Yeah, so a bit light for me, for my normal fishing, but it's good fun this, I'm enjoying this. Just fed a bit more bait out, so if we're lucky we may get a bite. The wind's eased a little bit just for the moment, but it's not going to stay like that, I don't think. Yeah, I must pop a couple of maggot feeders in my bag if I'm going to indulge in this sort of fishing. Plus the fact I'm sitting still today, I'm not marching around, which is good for me, to be honest. Not getting as many bites now. I was getting them quite frequently at the beginning, but probably spooked them a bit, I suppose. That's a bit of a heavy weight as well. Every time it goes in it's a splash. I don't know whether that perhaps spooks them a bit, whereas with the Swan Shot Link it was obviously quite a delicate plop. But if I had a feeder on, that would even be a bigger splash, of course. No. No quick takers this time. I just put some bait out as well, so I thought they might have sometimes prompts a bite straight away, but not this time. Not seen any more of the roach after that one I caught, which is, I'd like to catch a few more roach, but it's not happening. It's just coming up to 2 o'clock, and I was just about to say things have gone a bit quiet when I got a bite. So that was good timing. I literally just switched on the video to say things have gone a bit quiet. Perhaps there's a pike in the swim with all the baiting I've been doing, and I think this is a perch, the way it's tearing around as they do. Yeah. Hey. I've had a few of these perch, yeah. I haven't been having much luck lately, so I decided to come here today and try for the smaller stuff. So, just to keep me occupied. Thank you. Oh well, I think that was all on video, wasn't it? Oh well. And another lovely perch. Oh well. Yeah, as I was saying, I thought things have gone a bit quiet, but no, they haven't. Perch back. Anyway, I've put my coat on. I'm just starting to get a bit chilly now, which is quite amazing really, because it's now 2 o'clock, and but the wind's got fresher if anything, and the sun's losing what warmth it had. It's a bit awkward, the sun today, because it's literally opposite me on that bank, so when I cast all I can see is sun. I can't really see much else really. And there's quite a few snags over there, so it's not the best arrangement, but it's given me a bit of sport, which is what I was after today. There we go. Certainly was a good move putting a heavier weight on, because I don't think my little Swan Shot Link was really doing the business. don't know what's wrong with my reel. I mentioned it last time, but the bail arm doesn't click closed. I gave it a good oiling and thinking that might resolve the problem, but it hasn't, so I guess there's a spring issue or something. I'll have to remember to try and flick it over with my finger, which is a bit unfortunate. It's just coming up to 2:30. I'm going to pack up around 3. But the last 3/4 of an hour has been absolutely dead, not a touch. So I don't know, really. Perch were very game early on. I was getting quite a lot of bites, but I don't know. Perhaps there's a pike in the swim, as I said earlier. I thought it might be the cause. There's certainly a lot of people pike fishing today, but the ones I've spoken to haven't done any good. One guy said he'd had a couple of jacks, but others have said they haven't had anything. So yeah, perhaps it's a pike spooked them. Perhaps it's just I've taken too many out the shoal. I don't know. Perch are usually quite cooperative. They don't normally sort of give in when their mates disappear. But yeah, I don't know. But as I say, I'll probably pack up in about half an hour's time. But at the moment, it's very, very quiet. I'm not getting any touches at all. I've put more bait in, and hasn't really helped. It's 2:45, and I'm going to be packing up shortly. The wind got really, really fresh about half an hour ago, and it's now calmed down a bit, which is quite pleasant, really. But on the bites front, not so good. I've had one jab on the rod in about the last half hour or so, which I didn't connect with. So yeah, they're not really feeding. I've been putting bait out there, but I don't know why. I was getting quite a few bites when I first came today. Obviously perch mostly, but yeah, they're not obliging now. So I'll be packing up very shortly. So this is probably the last look at the rod before I pack up, unless something spectacular happens in the next 10 minutes or so. So there we are. Okay, that's it for today. Started off well, lots of sort of smallish perch up to about, I don't know, 7 ounces, 6 or 7 ounces, which was good fun. I enjoyed that. A roach that was on the end of the line, and I didn't even know I'd had a bite, which that was the only roach I got, which was a bit unfortunate. I was hoping to be able to get some roach today, but low sun again in my eyes. It happens every time, doesn't it? Anyway, and the bonus bream, which I didn't expect. Anyway, I really did enjoy today. A bit of a difference from what I've been doing most of the time, and yeah, it was good. The last hour was really, very quiet. I hardly got a touch, got one bite, but it really went off. I don't know why. There's a lot of pikers here today, so there's supposedly a lot of pike in this area, so perhaps it was a pike, or perhaps they just went off the feed. I don't know. Well, I hope you enjoyed that. It's a bit different from what I usually do, or have been doing recently, and yeah, thank you for watching as always, and hope your fishing's going well. And it's now the usual goodbye for now, and until the next time. Cheers.